Andor season 2, episode 1 to 3 are now out on Disney Plus, and I just got done watching them. It took me a lot of time, and honestly, I don't know. I don't think I liked it, if I'm being quite honest. And for context, I did watch Andor season 1 when it first released, but I watched it like after it aired. I just binged it all, so maybe that's why. But still, 3 episodes came out, and they were supposed to be apparently arcs. In the so there's 4 weeks, 3 episodes each week, and it's supposed to be an arc for each of them, pretty much, with like pretty much a story, beginning to end type thing, kind of like an arc. But yeah, that's supposed to be happening. And I don't know. I mean, episode 3 was probably the best in my opinion. But with that being said, I don't know. There were moments like even in season 1, my same opinion, my same sentiment was that I like obviously Cassian. I like it, Cassian Andor, and I like Bix. Those two people I like. Like the rest of them, just like, I don't know. Just everything else in the show, I'm just like whatever. Honestly, I'm just like it is what it is. Like I honestly don't care for it. It's just it's a lot of, to me it's just a lot of just boringness. A lot of, it feels like filler at least. I just like don't care. Like I literally don't care for it. Like I'm just, even now watching the 3 episodes is it was kind of tough, to be honest. I was getting drowsy. Like it was kind of hard to sit through, to be honest. But when the good parts, I'll talk about the good parts because I don't want to be too overly negative. But the good parts, obviously, let's talk about Cassian Andor. Every time he was in a scene, he just stole it every single time. Especially when he's being held captive. The way they opened up the season, I love that. He stole what's it called? He stole the, bro, what am I can't speak, the TIE fighter. He stole that, and then yeah, like I mean, that was a fun little sequence, a way to open up the series again. So I mean, I like that, and then obviously him when he got held captive. That was for a bit. That's for what, episode 1 and 2, I'm pretty sure. And then he escaped by the end of episode 2. Yeah, by the end of episode 2, I'm pretty sure. I thought that was well done as well. But it's like I mean, I think maybe why I like, it's probably because it's gotta be because of the action, to be honest. I just think I don't like the fact that there's so much dialogue, especially when there's no like. I mean, even like, I mean, I like Bix, and her scenes are also a lot of dialogue for the most part. And then there are occasionally times where obviously she runs into stormtroopers and things of that nature. But still, I don't know. I just feel like those two characters and the scenes that they get, I don't know. I just feel like it's different. I don't know. I really just gravitate towards those two, and everyone else, I'm just like, bro, I just don't care. I honestly don't care. And also with Bix, there was the very intense scene that was rumored. I didn't know if that was gonna be true or not, but it turned out to be true. So yeah, this season alone, they're taking even more like they're upping the stakes. There's a lot more, even more serious stuff in this season compared to season 1. So if you're into that, that's definitely down your alleyway. There's a very serious topics in this, just serious themes as well. So if you're into that, you should probably watch this. But yeah, like someone said online, I saw it's like it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like if HBO made a Star Wars show. But in my opinion, if HBO made a Star Wars show, I feel like it'd actually be much better than Andor, what Disney is producing. But that's just me. And then going back to Cassian Andor, just yeah, like I said, every time he just still, I don't know what it is. He just has aura. It's just well written, honestly. That's what it is. Um, I don't know. I mean, we saw at the end there was I mean, spoilers ahead, but yeah, there's a pretty significant death, and just we finally see Cassian back with the rest of the crew, and yeah, there was something big that went down, which is very unfortunate. But I think now in the setting up the, obviously the next arc, the second arc, and now we're gonna be off to, I think it's gonna get very, very intense, to say the least. So I'm hoping I like next week's batch, next week's arc of 3 episodes as well, or more than this, sorry. Because episode 1, I thought that was just fine. I'm like, it's whatever. I like the opening sequence. I like Cassian in it, and also Bix. I like those two. And then episode 2, I think episode 2 was by far the worst one. I just honestly, I just couldn't care. And episode 3 spent a lot of time as well on the whole wedding part. I'm just like, bro, I don't care. And they spent, I don't know how long they spent, but it felt like the last 20 minutes of the episode was just about the mother literally just like dancing. Like I get what they were trying to convey, but bro, I'm like, what is this, bro? Like this, they had the whole like they had, like the whole like disco machine type thing. If you saw that episode, I'm like, bro, what am I watching right now? This is ridiculous. Uh, yeah. I honestly, if Andor had more, okay, this is, bro. I hate being this type of guy. Like I hate people that say, "Oh, there needs to be more fighting, there needs to be more action." But honestly, if there was more action and more fighting, like if it was more evenly balanced, I wouldn't mind. Like, I don't even. It's just like more in general. Like I wouldn't. I think that's probably what it is. I think I just like Andor and Bix because there's a lot of action between those two characters. Like they get like there's always stormtroopers for Bix. There's always stormtroopers and stuff. Um, Obviously towards Cassian because of what he does. But there's always action in those two. There's always something interesting going on. The rest of them is like, bro, what is it? It's like just nothing. It's nothingness. What else is there? I don't know. We know this is gonna lead into Rogue One, so I don't know. I'm just curious to see how they tie this all up. I've seen the critics that have seen, or sorry, I've seen the tweets from the critics that have seen all, like the whole season, all 12 episodes, and they're saying they wrap it up for perfectly in the season. And also the Rotten Tomatoes, everything, everyone's saying, damn, this is the best thing Star Wars ever produced. Like, even when season one came out, people were going crazy about him. So I like season one, but I'm like, this isn't like, it's definitely cool in the sense that it's different. What I really like about Andor in general, even in season two, just the cinematic shots, the way it's filmed, obviously. And we know they had huge budget, so it makes sense about that. But I do love the shots, especially when they show the ones. Yeah, especially when they show the really cool ones. Like if you know, like there was a few in these 3 episodes that were pretty cool with the TIE Fighter. So if you know, you know. But yeah, there's a lot of cool shots, especially in the beginning. And then I think in the second episode there's one as well. Yeah, that's what I really look for, just the kind of cinematic. So like it looks pretty good, honestly. There's a few times where the green screens are kind of like they don't even look compared to what Mandalorian season 3 had and just other Star Wars shows. The green screens, even when they aren't the best, still don't look nearly as bad as like those shows. Especially Mandalorian season 3, like those are terrible. Okay, honestly. What else was there? Yeah, I don't know. I just episode 3 was, like I said, probably the best. Episode 2 I think was the worst, and episode 1 was, yeah, like episode 1 and 2 were just like episode 1 I like more than 2, but it wasn't significantly much more. They were just both like whatever. But episode 2 felt like absolute just nothingness. Episode 3 at least had something. Now we're setting it up for the next arc, and it feels like we're finally gonna get going. We're finally gonna be in full throttle. Hopefully, it's gonna be insane. Like season one I liked a lot because the whole, prison sequence, and then when you saw Andy Serkis, that aspect of it was absolutely phenomenal. I love that. I don't know. I just think season 1 was. I don't know. People saying season 2 is gonna be better. Obviously, it leads into Rogue One, so it's gonna conclude here. But like, I don't know. As of right now, I still think obviously season 1 I've seen fully. Season 2 just started, but still, it's gonna be hard to top season 1. I just really like the whole prison aspect from season 1, and it's felt more lively, to be honest. So far in these first 3 episodes, I haven't felt we're not exploring that much yet. Season 1 had a whole bunch of adventure. At this one, we've been kind of in the same place for a lot of it. So hopefully that changes as well. But I don't know. I guess we'll see at the end of the season. I mean, I'm not trying to be overly negative, but those are my honest thoughts. I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying it's complete utter trash, but a lot of it didn't work for me. Some did, and luckily that had to do with the 2 main characters of the show, which is great. So it almost, I don't know, in a way kind of evens it out, I guess, I suppose. But yeah, let me know what you think down below. I'm rambling. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next one. Peace.